Am I sharing this? You guys see my screen?
The notepad?
Yes.
Yeah.
Screen 3. Okay, great. All right. Thank you. Welcome to another session of VRIT. Today is February 10th. So people who may not be on the call, and I really wish you guys watch the video and make use of it and post some comments. So today we will see vendor payments, down payments. Okay. So down payments could be used for both customers and vendors. Down payments. Down payments made or received, right? Correct?
Yes.
Yes,
So in what situation you make a down payments?
when we purchase something, we make a payment, like car.
When you, okay.
Leasing a car, we'll be making a down payment, and then we'll be based on the down payment, they will calculate the monthly payment.
Right. Again, tell me again, what situation we use down payments?
When we buy in installments.
Okay. Then, okay, again, in what situation we make down payments?
When you make a finance,
Okay, in what situation we make down payments?
When we are reserving some product.
Right, exactly, right? So it's not a down payment. So when I'm making a down payment, I'm making advance payment. Okay. Advance payment in an anticipation of future delivery or receipt, right? Make sense? I'm going to buy a car, okay, and then the car is not available. The guy said, okay, sir, I'm going to CarMax and buy a car, and said that car is not available. It's in Orange County or San Diego. I can shift you the car to you, but make a down payment, right? So I make a down payment. It's not installment payment. It's not an installment payment, okay? Down payment is something I'm making a, let's say I pay $2,000. I'll come next week when the car is here. So I'm just making an advance to reserve, right? In the anticipation of future delivery or future receipt of my product, car, right? It is not installment. Right, Sindhuja?
Yeah, yeah.
Right, Najaf?
yeah,
Right. So why do you make a down payment? Like Kamala said, it's a reservation. When you're going to reserve a product, okay? So you want to make sure you're going to take it. And then sometimes the customer, the vendor needs a down payment so that he will start manufacturing it, right? Sometimes they don't manufacture. Special orders. Sometimes you go to Home Depot or somewhere, that they said they don't have them in shelf. They said it's a special order, which means they have to call the vendor and give a right specification and make them deliver to the store, right? So that you can purchase it. But however, what is the guarantee that you are going to purchase the product, right? Otherwise, this is a rare product. It's not a commonly sold, right? 1 second. So, speaking. All right. So where are we now? Everybody's here,
Yes, Jay.
right?
Okay,
Sorry, distracted. So advance payments in an anticipation of future delivery receipt. Before, like I said, Home Depot, they want a down payment from you so that they can order some specific material from the vendor, right? Otherwise, the product they cannot sell. So they don't want to keep it in the store, okay? So what typically they do, ask for a down payment and you make a down payment. So when you make a down payment, when you make a down payment and you receive goods, when you receive goods, that down payment will be offset against the value of the goods, correct? So let's say you make it $2,000 and then you buy a car for, let's say, $18,000. And then when you actually make the payment, So they may, when they receive the, when they give it, when you make a $2,000 down payment, they are going to put in the system, correct? As a, when you pay $2,000, what is that in my books?
Advances
Correct.
paid.
Advances paid. So which means a liability.
Yeah.
For the vendor, it's a liability, right?
Yes.
For me,
Yeah.
it's a receivable, it's asset. For a client, I'm giving to you, it means asset, it's a receivable. Okay, I can tomorrow cancel this contract, cancel this sales, and then I can get the money back, right? It's a receivable. On the other side, for the vendor, it's a liability because you have, the vendor has to deliver some goods, right?
Yes.
It's a liability. Unless he delivers the goods, it's still liability, right?
Yes.
I can call him and said, I don't want this payment, and then give the money back, and he's going to give it to me. So when I make advance payment, he's going to put it as a
Liability.
liability, and this is, for me, it's an asset. Down payments made. Okay.
Yeah.
From the client perspective, down payments made, down payments made to vendor is a receivable, right? Asset. Oh man. This down payments made to vendor, down payment received from customer, liability, correct? Is that right?
Yes.
So,
Sir.
okay,
Yeah.
great. So what we're going to do is, so we will do the configuration, and then when we make it, let's say in this situation, let's make a down payment we make to the customer. Okay. So we are making a payment to the customer, and then when we receive the invoice, so we're going to offset saying that, hey, I already paid $2,000. Now I'm receiving an invoice of $18,000. Okay. I am going to offset this, and I only pay $16,000. Correct?
Yeah.
Great. So let's do this. So the configuration is very simple. Okay. So what's first thing we're going to do is go to SPRO. So go to accounts receivable and accounts payable, business transactions. Okay, outgoing. Let's say we are collect outgoing payments. I think it should be here. Outgoing payment global settings. If it's not here, then let's look for it.
Is it down payment receipt?
Yeah, you see it?
Yeah, right down there.
Where is it?
Yeah, just write down.
Oh yeah, thank you. Down payments made. Thank you, Kamala. All right, so down payments made. So this is the configuration. So all this, the defined document types, posting key, these are general. Okay, we already done this. So there's nothing specific to down payment. Okay, these are general stuff. I mean, general items, general configuration. So now, what we're gonna do is down payment here. Wait a minute. Here, sorry. Define alternative reconciliation account for down payment. This is very important. So this is what we're gonna do. So this is the only configuration you will do. Okay. So what did I do? I went here, define alternate under down payments made, define alternate reconciliation account for down payments. When I go here, it opens up and said display accounting configuration, special GL. Okay. It's also called special GL. Special GL. So basically, we are creating a special GL and assigning to that vendor reconciliation account. So whenever you guys have set up vendors, right? And vendors and customers, right? In the master data, what is how this vendor master data is posting to the GL? Any, you got my question? How vendor master data post to the GL?
You provide the reconciliation account.
Exactly, right? In the vendor master data, that's a reconciliation account, correct?
Yes.
So that is whenever you post to the vendor, okay, that reconciliation account gets updated. The GL account gets updated, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So that is the vendor master data posting to the GL. That's a GL integration. Now, SAP has designed that whenever in normal posting, they're called normal items, you when all the transaction post to that GL account. the reconciliation account from the vendor master data. For this special, the down payments made, they call it special GL, which means you have to create a special GL account, a different GL account, a reconciliation account, and then assign this to vendor reconciliation account. Okay, so you're going to map the reconciliation account with the GL account, with the special GL account. Okay, let's see how do we do this. Okay, so let's say down payment on current assets. Let's take this first one. So what's our chart of account? 333. Okay, so there are no accounts here. This is display. I'm going to change it. Display change. I'm going to change mode. Table logged by. What is it doing here? Okay. All right. So look at this guy here. For every reconciliation account, you map a special GL account. So whenever you're dealing with the vendor account and you're making down payment, it posts to both the GL accounts. One entry, I mean same entry, it posts to reconciliation account. It also links to your down payment account. Okay, when you make a down payment to the vendors, it is your receivables. So basically, you're going to create one more GL account as a down payment made, then link the reconciliation account and this account. Make sense? Here.
Just check. All right. So what you're going to do is for every reconciliation account, I'm going to map a special GL account. So I have to create a special GL account. Okay. So let's go and create. What's the transaction code to create a GL account? FS00.
F0.
My company code is 333. Electricity bill. So what's wrong with this account?
It's not a bill.
What's wrong with this account?
The naming convention.
Right. Oh, Unit, right? Unit, who created this? Is it yours, Unit?
It's Ashish.
Okay. So what's wrong with this?
0, it's like a 1. Instead of we have ending with a 10, 20, 30, 40.
That is correct. And then
And how he create that short test and long test. Yes.
that looks good.
Yes.
So this is a short text. Put a full stop. Okay. So again, we go to FS00. So we will create a GL account. So my company code is 333. I should know before what GL account, what's the number I should create, because it is a
Number range.
yeah, because this is a down payments made is my asset account, right? It's the receivables. Okay, so I should choose maybe I can choose because the receivable account, right? I'm going to choose 600 600 670. Okay, 670 or 6,000. 6,000, right? 600. Wow. Does not exist. So I'm going to create it. Create. Now, this is funny. Let's see. Now we have too many here. So I don't know which account group I should choose. Let's try one by one. Current assets, maybe? No, it's not. How do I know? What is the easy way? Is it worth to try one by one? What is the easy way?
You can search for account groups, like what the number ranges you have given for every account.
Where?
In a in a new window.
Where? In the configuration, right?
Yeah, OBD4.
Okay. Let's see. I think I can go to chart of accounts. Stop right there. Whoa.
OB13.
Mhm. Sorry. General ledger accounts. GL accounts, master data, preparations, define account groups, right?
Yeah.
My chart of accounts is 333. Right. So for 6 series, I guess AR, accounts receivable. This is the one, correct?
Yeah.
However, then I should change. Okay, so I'm going. This is not the right account. 670 is the right one. FL00 670 account group. Here is accounts receivable. I'm going to create this. Then accounts receivable. I think this is the one.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's right. Is it a balance sheet or P&L account? Rajaf?
Balance sheet.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Vendor down payment made, right? Or advances. And then you go to control data. Okay, this also have to be a reconciliation account. Okay, so the reconciliation account here is it's hidden. I think we were just playing around with the system, so it's hidden. So I have to. There will be a reconciliation account here, right? It's fixed assets or vendors and customers. It is gone here, right? Do you know this? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Where is this gone now?
Yeah.
Was field status variant as suppressed that one.
Correct. Where?
You have to go inside
The account group you had just opened the same one. Just open that and we can change from that.
Here? Okay.
Yeah.
The
So let me go
controls.
on to change mode. Data log by ASH. Change mode. 333. This one, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Account
Yes. Account management or account control.
I think account management, maybe. You're right. Account control, maybe. Reconciliation suppressed. Okay, so I'm going to make it optional. Actually, it's very required entry. That's okay. So what table it's to? Okay, now the field status group I'm saving, right? This is a configuration, correct? It's a configuration, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
And what all the configuration gets stored in a table, correct?
Mhm.
Yes.
So what table this guy stores in?
P0.
0775
Correct. T stands for
configuration.
configuration table.
Configuration.
Yeah.
V stands for view maintenance. It says view. Okay. So you are viewing the table. You are not touching the table. You are just viewing the table. T007, yes. It says that I'm going to store this information into this table. Okay. Now you can go to this table and look at your configuration. Okay. So generally, you don't have access to the configuration in all the system. The best thing to do is go to the table. So for example, I go to the table,
Yes, yes, explain.
and then what's the table name?
T0077S.
5.
Correct. See all this information here, chart of accounts, account group. I'm going to put 3333 here. Okay, and execute. It will show me all the field status entries here. See, it says from account to account. These are the field status. Okay, wherever this is like what you call encrypted. Okay, see plus minus, comma and all this stuff. It's encrypted. Okay, if you open this, it will just show like this. However, you cannot make any sense out of this, but this is the table. Okay, I'm just showing the table name where it stores. Okay, great. I'm going to save this. Now I can go back here. It won't come automatically, right? You have to refresh the screen, which means you have to come back again. So now push the create button.
Balance sheet.
Balance sheet.
Thank you. Now go to control data. Now it's this guy is here, reconciliation account, right? Now I'm seeing it. You got it? It's for vendors.
Vendors.
Okay, sort key, I'm going to put 001. The rest all is okay. Create bank interest. Here is the field status group. I'm going to use this as same as the reconciliation accounts. For example, receivables, payable, clearing maybe. Okay, I'm going to use this account because it's a receivable account. Right. Great. So I created this account. Okay. What I'm going to do is I am going to assign this account, map this account to my vendor reconciliation account. Okay. Did I come out of the configuration? Yes. OBYR, I think the transaction code. OBYR. See, and now I directly went there. So now I'm going to pick a reconciliation account for vendors. So when I do this, how many do you know how many how many reconciliation accounts, how many vendor reconciliation accounts I have in my company code 333? How many I will have?
2.
How many?
2.
Sindhija, how many?
I don't know.
Strauss, how many?
Asset, vendor, customer.
And how many GL accounts I will have? Because we are working on account type vendor only, right? How
Wow.
many? Yeah, how many GL accounts I will have? I have.
Currently
Yes.
7.
7. Why Kamala said 2?
You said the recon, right?
Right. I thought you saw this here too.
Oh, no.
Okay. So see, I mean, I'm trying to practice your eyes, right? You have to see all the information here. It already says 2 account. So let's see. Ooh. Reconciliation account in general is only 2, but it's showing all the entries. So we have to find. This is description. But I think I know. Let's do it.
So payables account. This is receivables account. So receivables account. No, this is vendor payables account. Come on. Payables. Do you see a payable accounts? Here, domestic vendor account. Okay. Now what's account created? 60070. So I'm going to save this now. Special GL account. This is not the table name because it doesn't say view cluster maintenance anything, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't say anything. It's not a table name. Why? Why is it's not a table name?
Showing any view or some. Or
Didn't see.
Why I'm not saying this is not a table name?
Because it says it's saved in special GL account.
Okay.
there is no V, and also
Okay,
the
configuration.
not
This is not a configuration.
Configuration.
Correct. It's not a T table, right? Any configuration should start with the T table, T.
Yeah.
Now it is just saying company code 333 and KA. Okay. Which is account type K and specially indicated K.
Okay.
It's not a table. Great. Now I did this. So next step, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a down payment to the vendors. Okay. So I'm not purchasing anything. I am making a payment. F.48. Transaction code.
Jay, one question, just a
Yes.
recap. So you created a GL account,
Right.
for the down payment,
Mhm.
and then linked it to the recon account,
Correct.
the GL account, the vendor
Right.
GL account,
Correct.
right?
Right. Okay. Great.
So this reconciliation account, like vendor reconciliation account, is already in SAP, or
Yeah.
that
This I already created in my company code
Yeah.
333. It was already there. So I'm using this. I'm using 333.
okay.
Okay.
So
And when you
basically-
have vendors, you already created vendors right now. So you can use those reconciliation account, which is already maintained in the vendor master data.
Yeah,
The only thing you have to create is special GL account.
special GL account. So vendor master data and special GL account, which is like a down payment or advance payment.
Exactly.
received, these two are connected to the GL account,
Correct.
which is the recon account.
Correct.
Okay. got it.
Okay. So the special GL indicator is A. You should remember this is A. Okay. This indicator is A. Okay. So let's stay here. I think this is list properties. Okay. So noted items, credit limit coming on. So you can just forget this. So when you do this, it's automatically creating a posting key for this. Okay. When you make a down payment, it is debiting. The posting key is 29. Okay. Vendor is credit, but when you make a payment, down payment to the vendor, it is a debit, correct? Okay. So where I'm posting a down payment. Okay. 0 to 10. Able to follow, Armand?
Posting down payment.
Yes, Jay.
Right. So why the document type is KZ? Anybody knows why it's automatically coming? KZ.
Vendor payment.
Correct. So K for vendor, Z is always for payment.
Payment.
DZ stands for customer payment. Okay.
Customer payment.
Right. So reference, I can put down payment, request. If there's a request, let's say customer send you a request, put the number and the document header text, down payment, let's say 20%. And then that's it. And then from here, vendor account. So what is the vendor? I'm going to make a down payment. You need a vendor, right? To make a down payment. So this company code. Okay, bank account. The money is going from a bank account. So I have to put the GL account number. Okay. I can port to a bank clearing account. That's fine. So bank account.
Okay, so now here's the thing. Special GL indicator, this is very important because in the configuration we mentioned, right? What's my special GL configuration? What's my special GL indicator? OBYR. If you go back here,
Yeah.
in my configuration, I used A. Okay. I'm not making use of all of them. You can create more. So for example, you can create more. I can put, I can create more, but I'm just using the same A for my company. For chart of accounts, I have this 2 GL accounts I'm using, right? So I need to use A. I'm going to put A here. Okay. This is something new you will do only for down payments. Okay. Amount, I'm going to post it $2,000. An entry is required in value field and it's validate. And you know why? Why it's saying an entry is required in validate field?
It's a mandatory.
Why?
That's a mandatory one
Why?
because of the field status variant.
Yes. If you want to remove it, what should I do?
Go and change it to optional or sub-project in the field status.
Where?
Account group.
In group.
Oh, special GL account defined for account type K. Oh, because
Document type.
no, this way. No special GL account defined. Okay. And the reason it's saying is
60070.
no. See, I'm posting a down payment here, correct?
Yes.
That vendor is not linked for down payments. Okay. Basically, if I go here, I have a reconciliation account. I have a special GL account, right? This reconciliation account is not coming from this vendor master data. Make sense?
Yeah.
That's why there's an error. System is saying that
Right.
that reconciliation account is not mapped. So you have to find which vendor has this GL account.
Mm.
Who is very confused? It's asking.
I am.
Okay. Who else?
Me too.
Me too.
Oh no, we don't want to start Me Too moment again. Okay. So listen first. Okay, let me show some vendor master data. So to FK03. In the vendor master data, I'm going to select accounting information. So let's select a vendor. Yes, so many vendors. Let's say Macy's. So this reconciliation account here, 100980, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Now, however, in my configuration, I put 50020.
Okay.
Okay, so if I try to use this, make a down payment to this, using this screen, system is saying that, great, you're making down payment for this vendor, but however, this reconciliation account is not mapped for a
So this
down payment
vendor.
in the
Vendor.
configuration.
Okay, got it.
Okay, so what I can do, let me take this account just for simplicity purposes. So I'm going to select this, post this guy. So this is the right recon account because I randomly chose one when I came here, right?
Yeah.
Now I got the reconciliation account from this vendor master data, and then I am mapping to this GL account. Great.
Oh, okay.
So what table this goes and stores into? We don't know.
Okay.
It's not a con-
Okay, so I'm going to delete this entry. So I can just keep this. Okay. So and again, let me just walk through this again. In this guy, Macy's is my vendor. This is my reconciliation account. I have to create a special GL account and map to this reconciliation account in order to post your down payments. Okay. So any customer, any vendor you're making down payments, you have to map a special GL account in a special GL indicator, which is
OBYR.
So the vendor master data reconciliation account and the special GL reconciliation account should be the same.
No, this is different. This is different, right? They're two different GL accounts, right?
Oh,
So
no,
one for
the
what?
reconciliation account.
Oh, this one?
The reconciliation account
Uh-huh.
to which the special GL account is mapped
Uh-huh.
should be same as the reconciliation account to which the vendor master data is mapped.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right. So you have the recon account from the vendor master data, right? And you have to map that and assign a GL account, special GL account.
Yeah, got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So again, let me just do it again. In my vendor master data, so I have this GL account. So anytime I post a down payment to this Macy's vendor, okay, then the account, the down payments will be recorded into this GL account. Okay, that's the whole story. You got it now, Sindhuja?
Yes, Jay, but my doubt was, what if we randomly select some recon account, and then how to find out which vendor is
Right. So again, always think you're not doing the configuration for yourself. Okay.
okay.
So when you work with the client, they will tell you for what are the
Okay.
vendors they are going to make a down payment.
Okay.
And then then what is the recon accounts, correct?
Yeah.
And you can go to the table and find out too. So instead of going and finding one by one, you can go to the table, right?
Okay.
Go to table SE16 N, and then you can find, the table is LFB1, I believe. LFB1, at least somebody's writing down. 333, okay? And my recon account is here. So the client is saying that they will give a list of vendors, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever it is. So they give, let's say they give a vendor 2002, 299. These are the vendors we're going to make a down payment. So you execute this list. When you execute this list, no values found. Maybe the numbers are not right. I'm going to put,
That's fine.
put
But then we still got the idea.
Okay, I'm going to get this. So these are my reconciliation account for all these vendors. Okay.
Okay.
So I take this because the client says for all these vendors, they are making a down payment. Okay.
Okay.
So I take this recon account and then map this here. Make sense?
Okay.
Right. So now going back to this vendor down payment.
Jay,
Yes, sir.
so one special GL account can be mapped to many, like,
Yes, you can. But well, generally, there's a purpose why we create them, right? You have to post them separately. You can, yes. One can be mapped to several recon accounts. Yes. Where is my Macy's?
Thanks, Jay.
Okay, right here. Okay, now $2,000 down payment made. Okay, save this. So this is the entry, right? It's debiting the Macy's account. It's crediting the bank account because the money is going out of bank account. Now, why it says correct the market line items? What does it mean?
We have to give the due date.
The value date. You did, you're right.
Due date.
Wow,
Yeah.
you're sharp.
Thanks.
Okay, because it is made as mandatory. Save this. Documents posted. What's the document number?
70024.
And how do I look at the document number?
FK0.
FB03. Why not? Maybe just restrict to 2019. Yeah. Okay, this is a document posted. Now I want to look at the vendor line item. What's the transaction code for the vendor line item?
1 yen.
Correct. Great, this is the vendor, right? Macy's. I'm going to look at the open items. So run this here. So this is not this one.
This is Macy's. Did I post $1,000 or $2,000?
2000.
It's not showing up here. Oh, because I got to select special GL transaction. Good point.
Okay.
Otherwise, it will only show me the normal items, normal open items, okay? Which is basically the documents invoice posted. I have to select here special GL transactions. When I do this, I have 2 line items, okay? Now it's showing KZ, okay? I made $2,000 payment. The difference between this and this, what's the difference between this and this?
Oh, one is payment, one is like we have to make it
Right, but how do you know which one is the down payment?
easy.
Easy.
No, KZ could be just a payment, right? Not necessarily
Special,
down payment.
the special indicator, GL indicator.
A.
Correct. You see here, A, right?
Yes.
Because I give A. So all these are connecting here. So the A is showing up here. So I know this is the down payments made. Okay.
Yeah.
So now I already made the payment. Now let's say I received the goods. Now vendor is sending me an invoice.
Okay.
Okay. So how do you post a vendor incoming invoice?
SP60.
Right. First of all, we have to receive invoice first. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's go back here. The transaction code is F.44, I think. Sorry, no. F-54. This is a clear vendor down payment. Okay. But however, we are posting an invoice first. So now you made the down payment to the car. You made the down payment. Okay. Now you receive the goods. Now I'm sending the invoice for $18,000 for a car. Okay. So now I'm going to post a vendor invoice, right? FB 60. So vendor is Macy's 43403 4300003 invoice 02/10/2020 reference field invoice for car, for example. See, when I do that, what did you notice?
There is a down payment like
Exactly. So when you do that, system is telling you that, hey, that's fine. You receive invoice now. Make sure, okay, there's a down payment exist. Okay. Otherwise, what will happen? You think this invoice is, otherwise you wouldn't know, right? When you post invoice, you would probably make him $18,000 payment, correct? System is saying that once you make a payment, try to clear this $2,000 down payment first, so that you only have $16,000 as a open item. Correct? That's what system is giving.
Question.
Yes, please.
So is this down payment connected to the vendor? So like if you have like multiple invoices for the vendor, how would you know which invoice this down payment is connected with?
That's a good point. It does not. It's not connected to any invoice. You can offset to any invoices. You're right.
Okay.
That's a good question. So everybody understand her question?
Yeah.
Great. So it's a system is saying that there is a $2,000 down payment on current asset exists. I'm buying a car. Car, not a current assets, but that's okay.
So this down payment only connected to the vendor, not with the
Invoice.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So car purchase. Add a text. Now, because I'm buying an asset, I can even post in, this is not super important. I'm going to post this as to my expense account. Could be anything, right? Say actually not. Let's try to find a meaningful account. Equipment, okay?
Equipment.
Actually, I don't think I can do this because it's a fixed asset account. So I don't think I can directly post to fixed assets. Let's do it. Let's try it. So $2,000. I can. So let's say the car is $5,000. Okay, the invoice, the vendor is sending me $5,000. Okay, great. So I'm going to post this. Now this posted. Now later on, what you have to do, you have to go to the transaction code F-54. F-54. So first thing, what we did? we posted the down payment to the vendor using F-48.
48.
Then we posted an incoming invoice using FB60. Okay, now at that point of time, system said, wait a minute, it's fine, you can post, but make sure, just remember, we already made we already made some down payment to the vendor. Okay, great. I'm going to clear this now. Okay, clear vendor down payment. You got it? Ashish? You with me?
This is F-54.
Yeah.
This is F-54, yes. Monsi, you able to follow?
I'm trying to understand.
Trying to listen? Was Najaf making a lot of noise there?
No, he's in
No.
different room.
Okay.
I'm in different.
Macy's. What's the number? Oh, here, 43003. Yes, I should know this. Okay. See, system is actually showing a relevant invoice. Okay, system is saying when I'm clearing this invoice, system is automatically showing there's one invoice. Okay, it's showing me. So I can do in company code, the number is missing. Do you know how to fix this?
Yeah.
Yes, we have to go to document type and
Document type. Yeah.
buttons.
Correct. Or what I can do, I can also copy the number ranges from last year to this year. So this is good to know, right? So I'm going to do this. Why did I have so many screens here? So I don't need this anymore. I'll just keep this open. Change. I don't need this. Transaction code F O B
OBA7.
O B
BA7.
A7.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like you.
Oh, the document
Sign
types.
it, yeah.
Right. I'm going to go OBBH. I'm going to copy the number range from last year to this year. Okay.
Or OBH2.
OBH2 or OBBH. You're right. This is OBH2 maybe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, great. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy the number ranges from last year to this year. Okay, so I don't have to create them. This is the transaction code you regularly use, where this guy is saying invoice KA 53 is missing for the year 2019. 53. Company code 333. So from, I may not have this.
For 2019.
Yeah, I may not have for 2018 because this is new. Maybe not. Let's try 2019. Okay, let's see. No intervals because 2018 I did not maintain. So basically what happens, right, is copy to fiscal year. So this is one of the month and year and close activities, right? So if you know your number ranges are per year, every fiscal year, right? So let's say you are going into 2020 and you will have to have a new set of number ranges, right? For all the document types, correct? Because your number ranges, the document type number ranges are per fiscal year, correct? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Okay, FBN1. If you go to FBN1, put 333 here, look at the intervals. These are year specific. Okay. Make sense? So every year, right? So let's walk into 2020, 2021, end of the year, you have to copy the number ranges from last year to this year. Instead of, you didn't have to maintain this. Okay. So you will get this. Or I can also change the intervals. I can put 53 here for 2020, right? But it's going to be a hassle. See, there's no 53 here. So now I got to make sure I didn't overlap. Let's see.
You can change the number range.
Okay, I'm going to
for
create
this
an
document
entry.
type.
Yeah, I can also do that. Let me try 53, 2020, and okay, 2020. So this is what from 000. Okay, this is the one, right? So what I'm going to do, look at this. I should copy this. I don't know who gave this number. Very smart. 81. 999. Okay. It already exists. Doesn't work. Okay. No. So what's the transaction code, Kamala? Oh,
OBA7 to define the document type.
go to KA. So 53 is missing. So I'm going to change it to which one?
51.
51. Do you think this number range? Let's check. Anybody has any clue what I'm doing here?
I know you are changing the number range for the year 2019 from 50.
Correct. 2020, 20. I'm going to assign 20 here. Great. What table is going to store?
V.
P003
Why? Why T?
Configuration.
configuration.
It's a configuration.
Configuration.
Great. So what I'm going to do now here, now we hit enter. It's still
But it
not.
says 2019. Missing for
Oh,
2019.
no, actually, this company, see, look at the period, still 11. This is not a
Oh,
fiscal year
okay.
dependent. So
Ah,
this is
yeah,
2019.
Okay.
So I have to refresh. I'm going to. So this is wrong, right? So what's the transaction code again? F-54. So vendor is this guy. Enter. So here I have $2,000. Okay. I'm going to transfer this $2,000 to the main account. Okay. Because I have $2,000. Okay. I'm going to transfer this $2,000 to the invoice account towards invoice. So like I said, you're making down payment, but we don't know what invoice is for. Okay. Now what I'm doing is I'm taking this $2,000. I'm transferring to the vendor account so that he could use it. We could clear the payment. Okay. So correct the mark line items. The text field is mandatory. Bring down payment. Okay. Now the document is posted. 7071 is posted. Now, if I go and run the vendor line item display here, I can just refresh, see what happens. Okay. So basically, it shows that this $2,000 I transferred, this was open, right? I don't know what it was before. Why it's showing $5,000 here?
It was 5,000. Then 2,000 was applied. So 3,000 plus 1,000, 4,000.
Yeah, remaining is 3,000 for that particular.
Yeah.
Well, still I'm not clear.
Is that the bell showing that
Did
this
we post $5,000? Oh, invoice was $5,000.
Yeah,
Right.
invoice
You're
was
right.
5,000.
Correct. So then down payment was here. Then we cleared it. Okay. Then we applied down payment separately. We pushed the down payment separately. The A is gone here. See?
Yeah.
So we removed that special GL indicator because the down payment we reserved with the indicator A. Okay. We decided to take that amount from down payment and apply to the vendor. Make sense?
Yeah.
Now,
Yes.
next step is we can clear this. So the transaction code to clear the vendor is F-28 or F-44. Let's look at it. Okay, we can clear. How much we can clear? We have 2 credits and we have 1 debit. Okay, so we can either clear this or we can just leave it until, no, because we got to make a payment now. How much? We got to make payment for $3,000. Right? Now what we're going to do is we're going to clear this. Okay, and then we will make $3,000 payment. Make sense?
Okay.
So what is the transaction code for vendor payment?
F-53.
Thank you. Outgoing payment. 02/10/2020. Bank data. This is this guy. Okay.
Amount is, you're making $3,000 payment. Account is 40000.
30.
4,
Sorry,
3,
40000.
4300.
4, 3,
00.
It's 4
and 4, 3, 0, 0, 0, 0, 3.
00003, right?
43.
Okay, 43.
Yeah.
00003. Okay, great. Right? So $3,000 I'm making an outgoing payment. Enter. This is not a right bank account. Value field is required. Value date is required. Interesting. Now see here, I'm making $3,000 payment. However, my total amount due is to $4,000. Correct? So let's take a look. FBL 1N. FBL 1N, right? So should I select the special GL transactions now?
No.
No.
Because it's already cleared. So $4,000 is my payment. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I
Deselect 1000.
correct. So difference posting is 0, right?
Yeah.
So I have $5,000 I made a payment, so invoice, $2,000 of down payment, right? Which we already made, which we removed from the special GL transactions, which we cleared and transferred to my normal item as I had a down payment. So I'm going to assign this to this particular invoice.
Yeah.
So this $3,000, I'm going to save this now. Correct the outline as again. I think we should change this. This is annoying. Save. 70026 was posted in the company code. Now I'm going back here. So when I refresh, that payment is gone. That is cleared, right?
Yes.
So basically, what did I do? Excuse me. I posted a down payment of $2,000 and I received an invoice of $5,000. Then I transferred this $2,000 to a normal item because this I already made a payment. Okay.
Yeah.
But it was still open. So I went to F dash. I mean, I made that's a $3,000 outstanding, which I made a payment and cleared it. Okay. Now, if I go back here and want to look at all the cleared items, I select this button, click here, you will get this. Okay.
2000.
These are all cleared. Okay. The $5,000 invoice, $2,000 down payment, $3,000 the payment, normal payment.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So this is the down payment process. Same thing you can do for customers as well.
Okay.
Any questions?
No, Jay.
So when are we going to complete this?
Just down payment.
Okay. Very important thing here is, right, you have to get a functional understanding. So I'm doing step by step. I'm also giving an example. Okay. Before actually, instead of just start doing it, write it down step by step, come up with your own scenario. Okay. Choose a different bank account. Okay. And then come up with your own scenario and try to do this by yourself. But lay it down, put it in a paper, write it down, jolt it down very clearly before you actually do an SAP. Okay. That's called blueprinting. Blueprinting is basically collecting all the requirements and documenting it before you actually do it. Correct? So when you write it down, you may have more questions.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow, Jay.
Thank you, Jay.
Thank you.
Thank you.